And hello. I just want to open up this morning's meeting with some thank yous. I want to thank Country Hills Eye Center and Shelley and Dr. Dr. Douglas Felt for sponsoring breakfast this morning. If you are affiliated with either of these organizations or people, please raise your hand so we can thank you. It's a delicious breakfast. Thank you. And now we're going to get started with our annual board meeting. I'm going to turn the time over to Dr. Mark Johnson to get us going.
Okay, so welcome to the annual business meeting. So this is the 79th conference, so that would make this the 79th annual business meeting. For those of you who have been coming for a long time, you'll remember we used to do this business meeting in the middle of the day at the conference, and it took a half hour, 45 minutes. So we've actually shortened it, and I think that's a good thing. If you do have an interest, things we used to go over like our CME report and our finance report and the obituaries and so forth, they're all on our homepage, our webpage at audungsurgical.com, so you can view that there. Next thing I'd like to do is just have all of our board stand up and be acknowledged that is here today. Everyone present? Okay. Thanks, guys. And we've got quite a few others that are not here quite yet this morning. But behind me is our board. Let's see, we've got also our at-large members on the left there, and then our board members on the right. And then we have our annual elections. This is where we nominate new officers. And you all that are members, paid the fee, allows you to come to the conference. You also have voting rights, so that's what this is for. So the annual elections, I'll name all of them, and then we'll vote on them as a block. So President-elect 2024 is Adam Tainter, and he's a dermatologist. And then we also have a 2025 president already, Crit Ardema. And then we're re-electing the treasurer, Steve Sharman. And Steve can't be with us this morning, but and then trustee number 3 is Val Johnson. Val's here. You want to stand, Val? A second time? Val's also our historian, so he's been with this organization probably longer than just about anybody. And then member at large, Scott Moore. Scott, you can stand. Scott was our president last year, so that means he was past president this year, and now he's our at-large member. Michael Grant is traveling in Europe right now, but he's one of our hospitalists, and he's also a member at large. And then Joel Krager, family nurse practitioner. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so please raise your hands to vote yes in favor of these nominations. Okay. And raise your hand to vote no. Okay, the vote stands. Okay, and then the next part, it's my pleasure to present the plaque or the gavel to our president. Dr. Kirsten Baca, I'm sort of embarrassed that it took me about 2 months before I figured out that I was pronouncing your name wrong. Kirsten. I'm still pronouncing it wrong. But yeah, I called her Kristen for the first while. But yeah, come on up. So I think Dr. Baca she spoke at our conference a couple times, or 2 years ago. Yeah, and it was a really popular talk, and we said we've got to get her as president. And fortunately, she said yes, and she's got a very unique perspective. She's an anesthesiologist and owns her own practice in pain medicine, and therefore owns her own business, and is very interested in patient safety, which I think has been a great topic. This is something that's been a really big deal in medicine for a long, long time, and overdue, and we've never done this as a theme before. And patient safety, I think, has been just a really important subject, and the talks that we've had and speakers that we've had have been great, and more on tap for today. And so, and being the president actually is a lot of work, and this starts, like a year and a half in advance, and time, dedication, making connections with people, going to meetings. Especially as things get closer, it's really on your mind all the time. And so I want to thank Dr. Baca for dedication and hard work and organization and passion for this year's conference, which I think has been a great success. So thank you, Dr. Baca. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, one more.
Oh. Okay.
Down there, right?
Yeah. And then two other awards here. So we try to honor our 50-plus year members. We actually have a fair number of people that have had the 50-plus year certificate. This year, we have that for Carl Madsen. Is Carl here? Carl? Okay, Carl Madsen was an orthopedic surgeon for a long time in this community, and he is 50 years plus, so let's have a round of applause for Carl Madsen. We'll be getting this to him later. And then I'd like to turn the time back over real quick to Dr. Baca.
Teresa, come on up. So it is my distinct honor to present to you these flowers as a thank you from us, the board, and from me especially, for all of the amazing work you've done to help put this conference on. I did a lot of planning and thinking, but Teresa did all of the heavy lifting, 100%. She got people here. She got people plane reservations changed. We've had a lot of ups and downs trying to organize things, and she's made it all happen. It's magical.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
And then just two more real quick things. So Dr. Tainter couldn't be here this morning, but just a plug out for his conference next year. So Dr. Tainter is a dermatologist. His theme will be dermatology, which is always, I think, a popular topic. A lot of visual things and interesting topics with dermatology. He's also has an interest in AI and medicine, and so there'll be actually a lot of that in the conference as well. And then last thing, just so everyone knows, we've tried to kind of advertise this, that with the conference here, if you so choose, you have the ability to get 50 credit hours through the Ogden Surgical Medical Society. So 29, for example, this year, 29.5 CME hours are live. But we've also recorded all of the talks. And if you missed anything on a given day, or there were competing lectures that you missed that you wanted to hear, you can listen on the back end when they go up on the website and get CME credit. So all told, you could get all 50, at least with family practice, we need 50 CME hours, so you can get it all through the Ogden Surgical if you want. And so now we've kind of offered, we've always done the live conference and encouraged people to come live. We also have the option of streaming, and there's been about, I understand, about 55 people who have streamed the conference. So they're remotely participating, even though we don't see them here. So you can come live, you can stream, and then on the back end, if you miss anything or you're gone, you can listen to all these talks on the website and get CME credit for it. And then in addition to that, we have podcasts that we do throughout the year, and that's additional CME. So if you want, it's all one-stop shopping. If you want to get all of your CME done through this organization, you can do it. So we've tried to make that a possibility, and that's been happening now for a couple years. So, okay, so that concludes our meeting, and we'll go on from there. Thank you.